And before we go into presentation, I'd like our AV team just to put on the video introduction on screen.
How do we find a location? Over time, it's evolved. Point them in the right direction. Attach a name to important places. Provide a street name and number. But now we're all carrying a digital map of the world in our pockets and navigating using a satellite. So why are we chained to address systems of the past? They are language specific. Some locations don't have an address. Rural locations are often badly addressed. Our devices get confused, especially using voice. Addresses are needlessly long, and there are so many places we'd love to have pizza delivered to. Now there's NaviAddress. Navi gives any location a unique address instantly. Here's a place. Its unique Navi uses phone country codes, area codes, building number, and a unique ID number. Using this Navi locally, it shortens to 171437. Navi works the world over because numbers are universal. Navi is easy to remember, based on numbers you know. With Navi, address drama is a thing of the past. Our app assigns a standard Navi address for free. Need a shorter, more memorable Navi? You can purchase a premium one. It's time to address your location. Download the Navi app and get your numbers today.
Okay, I welcome all you here just with these excellent events on the blockchain. I'd like to present to you our NaviAddress addressing system and why we just migrate that to the blockchain. So we at NaviAddress are developing the addressing system that provides people and businesses with a unified digital ID for any place and object in real and virtual worlds. We see that there are three global areas where our solution can solve really huge pain points. First of all, that's people without addresses. There are 4 billion people in the world who lacks, the addressing system, conventional addressing system that we have now. I'm talking about the developing countries. And we obviously just, providing them with a unique ability once we're on the blockchain to buy, own, and obviously sell, share, or rent their address to just other users, for example. With this, they will be adequately served by their local governments and be parts of the online and shared economy. We also see the big adopters in e-retail and delivery businesses because, there's huge waste there because of the lack of or poor verification. Just to give you an example, up to 20% of addresses are not verified in developed countries. Up to 85% of addresses are not verified in developing countries. And obviously that creates lots of waste, and we plan just to, just cut it down drastically with the adoption of and promotion of our NaviAddress, which is a unified digital ID that will be verified on the blockchain by the transaction. Another large area is the international tourists, and obviously there's an issue there with authenticated retail outlets, hotels, restaurants, and cafes for the international tourists when they come to local country. There's a lack of trust there generally, and once we go on the blockchain, we'll provide local businesses with a very good authenticated way of authentication of their locations and their businesses in their local country, and that will boost up the outreach of international tourists. Obviously just will bring them more sales and value. Where are we now? We are the 3 years company. We've run through the seed stage round 2 years ago, and that allowed us to build the addressing system that is deployed on the that was deployed in the end of 2016. Now there are about 500 million unverified addresses. There are now 1.5 million Navi addresses, of which 1.3 million is business Navi addresses. We have now 3 applications, web, iOS, and Android, that helps users to interact with our addressing system, and there are 60,000 of registered users there. Generally, we have built the partnership with several industry players like Uber, with Booking.com, and just we have the strategic and partnership agreement with the letter company, and with DPD, I open up the integration project just right away. So this is the slide just that gives the understanding how the addressing algorithm works, and basically just it converts every language address into the string of digits into the digital address, which is geocoordinate precise, simple to create and share. The data file, the NaviAddress data file combines four things in one. It's a place and objects, postal and user address description, geocoordinate, and lots of metadata linked to that, basically just providing also for the last mile description and navigation. Benefits, I just already mentioned to that. So no dependency on central authority. Users can create and own their digital addresses. Obviously, the NaviAddress ownership is registered with smart contracts, and it's yours. And obviously, just the ownership of address is detached from the company. The platform value proposition is also quite simple in this case right now, because there's no need to authenticate you and your address every time you purchase or order something online. It also creates cuts the overall waste, let's say, in the delivery chains and reduce uncertainties. Why we need token? Token simply just for buying the NaviAddress out of the platform. And there are several just also means of that, but I can talk about that later at our booth if some of you are interested. We plan to sell about like 500 million tokens, and we're going through the ICO right now, ICO process right now, without ICO just starting just on the 1st of March, and the token is priced for 5 cents. Sources of demand, pretty big one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Applause. Great product.